Good morning, grade 8 learners. Welcome to another episode of Valenzuela Facebook Live Science 8, where learning is fun with Sir JC Guzman. Before we start our discussion, make sure that you have prepared the following: world map, wrapping paper or bond paper, ruler and pencil, and especially your science module. And make sure that your workplace is clean. So learners, make sure to clean your area of responsibility first. Last week, we learned how Typhoon is formed and developed. You should also remember that the name of hurricane or cyclone depends on its origin or the place where it occurs. For example, the name hurricane is given to systems that develop over the Atlantic or the Eastern Pacific Oceans. In the Western North Pacific and Philippines, these systems are called typhoons, while in the Indian and South Pacific Ocean, these are called cyclones. Ma'am Sally also discussed the updated tropical cyclone classification and revised warning system as shown in the table. This morning, we will be a meteorologist like Mang Tani, as we try to trace the path of typhoons that enters the Philippine Area of Responsibility or PAR using map and tracking data. But before we start, as a meteorologist, we should have enough equipment for us to do our job. Can you help me identify the different weather instruments a meteorologist should have? Great! First one, this instrument measures the air temperature, and if pag-asa detects 26.5 degrees Celsius or higher temperature, then there is a possibility to a tropical depression to start. Timer starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is thermometer. Second feature. It measures the atmospheric pressure for a possible tropical cyclone. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is barometer. Third feature. It uses two thermometers, a dry bulb and wet bulb type. This is to measure relative humidity of the air. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is psychrometer. Fourth feature. This instrument measures wind speed and direction. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is anemometer. Fifth feature. This instrument measures water vapor content of air or humidity. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is hygrometer. Sixth feature. This instrument measures wind or wind velocity, pressure, temperature, and humidity. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is rain fast. Last picture. This instrument detects and tracks typhoons and cloud masses at around 400 kilometers or less. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is weather surveillance radar. Great job, learners! Now that we have an idea what a meteorologist is using to track a typhoon, the question is, when and where we can start tracking it? You may start typing your answers in our comment section below. Very good. We can start tracking a typhoon once there is a cyclogenesis or formation of the cyclone or LPA that is detected by the radars in our areas of responsibility. It is the duty and responsibility of the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA to monitor and to inform the public about the status of all tropical cyclones before it reaches the PAR. PAGASA forecasters uses 3 domains where they monitor, analyze, and forecast tropical cyclones. These are the Philippine Area of Responsibility, Tropical Cyclone Advisory Domain, and the Tropical Cyclone Information Domain. If a tropical cyclone is present inside these domains, PAGASA is obliged to provide information about weather disturbance to the public. The TCID, which stands for Tropical Cyclone Information Domain, is the outermost monitoring domain of PAGASA. Tropical cyclones inside the TCID are of least concern for the forecasters but are necessary enough for monitoring and public awareness purposes. It is represented by a yellow imaginary line with the following coordinates: 0 degrees north, 110 degrees of east, 35 degrees north, 110 degrees of east, 35 degrees north, 155 degrees of east, and 0 degrees north, 155 degrees of east. Now, what do we mean by TCAD? TCAD, or Tropical Cyclone Advisory Domain, is the middle domain wherein tropical cyclones within are too far to have any direct effect in the country, but are close enough for closer monitoring. Disturbances within this domain needs the issuance of a tropical cyclone advisory. It is represented by the red imaginary line with the following coordinates: 4 degrees north, 114 degrees of east, 28 degrees north, 114 degrees of east, 28 degrees north, 145 degrees of east, and 4 degrees north, 145 degrees of east. And the smallest domain wherein we can rename the typhoon to a Filipino name is what's called the Philippine Area of Responsibility, which is located northwest of the Pacific Ocean with the following coordinates. We have 5 degrees north, 115 degrees of east, 15 degrees north, 115 degrees east, 21 degrees north, 120 degrees east, 25 degrees north, 120 degrees east, 25 degrees north, 135 degrees east, and last we have 5 degrees north and 135 degrees east. The question is, what are these numbers? and how to plot it in our map. For us to know how or what these numbers mean, we need to learn what latitude and longitude is. Latitude is an imaginary line parallel to the equator. This has the point of distance from left to right, while longitude is an imaginary line from North Pole to South Pole with a point of distance from top to bottom. Let us now plot these coordinates according to their respective places. First, we have 5 degrees north, 115 degrees east. Second, we have 15 degrees north, 115 degrees east. Third, 21 degrees north and 120 degrees east. Fourth coordinate, 25 degrees north, 120 degrees east. Fifth coordinate, we have 25 degrees north, 135 degrees east. And last coordinate, we have 5 degrees north, 135 degrees east. Great! The area within the coordinates is what we call the Philippine area of responsibility. Let us now compare the track of these two typhoons last year. As you've seen on our virtual board, we have Super Typhoon Rolly, which has an international name of Goni, and Typhoon Ulysses, with an international name Bangkok. Now, based on the image presented, where do you think these tropical cyclones form? Is it formed in land or in the ocean? Correct. It was formed in the ocean. Again, based on the image presented, when do you think Typhoon Rolly makes a landfall? Right. It made its landfall on November 1 last year at around 8 in the morning. Next, when this typhoons or typhoon leaves the bar? Okay, great. Super Typhoon Rolly leaves the bar on the 3rd day of November, and Typhoon Ulysses on the 14th day of November. Now, what do you think the temperature of ocean water before Rolly entered the bar? Good. We all know that the typhoon starts to form because of warm water from the ocean that evaporates. Lastly, what have you noticed on the location of their formation? Very good. Rolly was formed outside the bar, while Ulysses was formed inside the PAR. Now, to sum it up, let us try to answer if the following coordinates given were under the Philippine area of responsibility. Are you ready? Okay, for the first coordinate, we have 6 degree north, 145.10 degree east. Okay, the answer is no. It is not under the PAR. Second one, 6 degree north, 141.7 degree east. Is it under PAR? Okay, the answer is no. It is not under the PAR. Next, we have 7.2 degrees north and 134.13 degrees east. Is it under PAR? Okay. Yes, it is. Number 4. 7.4 degrees north and 128 degrees east. Is it under the PAR? Okay. The answer is yes. And for the last coordinate, we have 9.1 degrees north and 122.4 degrees of east. Is this coordinate under PAR? Great. The answer is yes. Great help, grade 8 learners. These are some of the coordinates of Typhoon Sendo, which occurs 10 years ago. I am glad that even if we are not meteorologists by profession, we still manage to trace the path of typhoons that enters the Philippine Area of Responsibility, or PAR, using map and tracking data. Now, you will be able to track a typhoon on your module using the tracking data of Bagyong Sendo, which is found on page 26 of your learning packet. For your questions, please type it on the comment section below, as we will try to answer that after this live discussion. And you may also visit Pag-asa website flashed on your screen. Alright, thank you so much for your active participation, and always remember that the key to surviving a natural disaster is preparation. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. That's all for today. See you next week. Bono mana.
Magandang araw mga kapwa ko Valenzuelano. Una, nais ko samantalin ng pagkakataon na magpasalamat sa inyong patuloy na pagtitiwala at suporta sa inyong lokal na pamahalaan. Ang inyong suporta at pagtitiwala ang rason kung bakit patuloy na umaasenso ang Valenzuela City. Nasabi nga nila na ang pinaka-asensadong mga lungsod yung laging handa pag may sakuna. At kasalukuyan, nakadikit na ang ating bagong emergency system. Ang tawag natin dito yung Valenzuela Emergency Siren. Marahil nakikita nyo to sa mga barangay natin dahil nakakalat to sa iba't ibang barangay ng Valenzuela City, lalong-lalo na sa mga danger zone natin. Ang layunin ng Valenzuela Emergency Siren ay ang bigyan ng advance na babala ang ating mga mamamayan sa oras ng sakuna. Pag nagkaroon ng baha, sunog o lindol. Sana panoorin nyo ang buong video na to. Tapusin ho natin tong video na to dahil may nilalaman to na sapat na mga impormasyon kung ano ang inyong dapat gawin sa ganitong mga pagkakataon at kung ano ang inyong dapat gawin kapag naririnig nyo na tumutugtog o kumakanta na ang ating siren. Importante rin na basahin nyo ang babasahin na kasama nitong video na to dahil doon rin nakasaad ang inyong mga hakbang na dapat gawin kapag may emergency. Muli, nais ko samantalin ng pagkakataon magpasalamat sa inyong lahat at ang syudad na laging handa sa sakuna, tuloy-tuloy ang asenso.
Mga kapwa Valenzuelano, ito ang unang abiso mula sa pamahalaang lungsod ng Valenzuela. Inaabisuhan ng maghanda ang bawat isa sa pagdating ng bagyo at posibleng pagtaas ng lebel ng ating mga ilog na maaaring magdulot ng pagbaha sa mabababang lugar. Ihanda na ang mga importanteng kagamitan na maaaring dalhin sa evacuation center kung sakaling kailanganin ang paglikas. Magmatsyag ng maigi sa mga kaganapan sa inyong paligid at abangan ang mga susunod na babala mula sa pamahalaang lungsod. Kasunod po ng panawagang ito ay ang pagtunog ng ating sirena na nangangahulugang tayo ay nasa unang alarma na o Alert Level 1. Maghanda sa posibleng paglikas. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Mga kapwa Valenzuelano, ito ang pangalawang abiso mula sa pamahalaang lungsod ng Valenzuela. Nakataas pa rin ang bantang panganib ng masamang panahon sa ating lungsod. Kaya ang lahat ay maghanda na at ipatutupad na ang preemptive evacuation procedures. Kunin ang inyong mga hinandang importanteng kagamitan. Siguruhing ligtas ang inyong mga tahanan bago lumikas at makinig sa mga anunsyo ng lokal na opisyal. Ang mga nasa mababa at bahaing mga lugar ay inaabisuhan ng magsimula sa paglikas sa ating mga nakatalagang evacuation centers. Muli, ito ay abiso upang kayo ay lumikas na papunta sa mga nakatalagang evacuation center. Ang sirenang inyong susunod na maririnig ay bilang pagbibigay babala na tayo ay nasa ikalawang alarma na o alert level 2. Kaya isasagawa na ang preemptive evacuation procedures dahil posibleng maramdaman na ang epekto ng sama ng panahon at pagbaha sa mga susunod na oras. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Mga kapwa Valenzuelano, ito ay ang pangatlong abiso mula sa pamahalaang lungsod ng Valenzuela ukol sa masamang panahon at pagbaha. Nasa ikatlong alarma na tayo, nangangahulugang mararanasan na natin ang epekto ng masamang panahon at may mga pagbaha na sa mabababang lugar. Pinapayuhan po ang lahat na magtuloy-tuloy sa paglikas sa ating mga nakatalagang evacuation centers upang maiwasan ang pwersahang paglilikas. Muli po, mangyaring lumikas na papunta sa mga nakatalagang evacuation centers upang maiwasan ang pwersahang paglilikas sa inyo. Kasunod nito ay ang pagtunog ng sirena na nangangahulugang tayo ay nasa ikatlong alarma na o alert level 3. Isasagawa na ang sapilitang paglikas sa mga nasa delikadong lugar kung hindi pa kayo kusang lilikas. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Mga kapwa Valenzuelano, isang lindol ang ating nararanasan. Kaya ang lahat ay pinapayuhang lumikas sa pinakamalapit na bakanteng lugar na malayo sa mga pader, puno, gusali, poste o linya ng kuryente na maaaring mabuwal. Inuulit ko, ang lahat ay pinapayuhang lumikas sa pinakamalapit na bakanteng lugar na malayo sa mga pader, puno, gusali at poste o linya ng kuryente na maaaring mabuwal. Manatili sa mga bakanteng lugar at abangan ang mga susunod na abiso mula sa mga opisyal ng inyong barangay at ng pamahalaang lungsod ng Valenzuela. Kasunod nito ay ang pagtunog ng sirena na nangangahulugang kailangang magtuloy-tuloy ang paglikas sa pinakamalapit na bakanteng lugar. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Mga kapwa Valenzuelano, ang sirenang inyong naririnig ay nangangahulugang kasalukuyang may nagaganap na sunog sa ating lugar. Muli po, may nagaganap na sunog malapit sa ating lugar. Maging alerto at mapagmatsyag kung sakaling kayo ay malapit sa sunog. Humanda sa posibleng paglikas sa pinakamalapit na evacuation center sa inyong lugar. Sumunod sa abiso ng mga kinauukulan para sa kaligtasan ng lahat. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.